Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 2 minutes. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that this is not a situation where I've already recorded everything and now I'm coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not any sort of post commentary. I don't know what's coming next. I'm recording myself live, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you just want an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So I will go ahead and pause for now and be back at the open. All right, the markets are open and I'm watching ticker symbol GME out of the opening gates. Just going to let this first minute play out. So if you're not familiar with my screen right there, ticker symbol GME, would like to see this thing show some signs of strength and then come back down. So nice. That's exactly what it's doing right now. Let's see what this first candle wants to ultimately do here. Pretty big spreads on it. So I would like to see this thing get up over 182.50, then come back down to potentially 181. But like I said, the spreads are very large on it, so a bit tricky. Well, at this point, I feel like GME could go either way. So I'm going to let some more time pass on this one, see if I can get some more kind of idea on it. So I will pause for now, and I will keep you updated. Watching GME, potential short at 179. Yeah, 179 actually, very interesting area. Could be 180 if I wanted to be more aggressive about it. But again, would like to see this thing get up over 182.50 and then come back down to 180. But perhaps I'm being a little bit too high maintenance on that. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now if this thing wants to come back down to 180, I would be interested. GME update 180 flush point 1 minute. I'm just making alerts in the private community that I offer. At this point, do I try? Let's see, what is that? Low of 183. So break of 185 with 183. That's potential. Again, step one would be needing to get up above 185 though. What is the low of that? Yeah, 183. Again, step one, see a break over 185 and then come back down to 183. Nope. Did not want to do that. All right, I will go ahead and pause. All right, because this one is so volatile, going to go down to 50 shares here. Watching 181 for a potential short. So 181 potential short. see if it wants to come into play here. Actually get that updated again. Update 181. There we go. So again, watching 181 here very closely. All right, well, I'll go ahead and pause because I don't want to have a bunch of downtime and then have a trade not even take place. Because, again, these are live, so I have no idea if a trade's even going to take place. But if it looks like 181 is going to come back into play, I'll get the video rolling at that point. All right, maybe 181's coming into play here. There it is, in at 181. Let's see if we can get a break of 180. $180.50 going to be that key break point now. Only 50 shares, so I'm not going to make a bunch of money on it. I'm also not going to lose a bunch if it were to go against me. Now the question is, if it comes down to 180, would I want to add to a winner? Yeah, I think so. So if I can see 180 on the bid, I'm going to hit it, which would imply that it's already a winning trade for me. So watching 180, see if it wants to show up on the bid, and I'm going to add more to the position here. But again, got to see 180 on the bid. Got some more there. So let's see if we can get the break of 180, and I think that will send this thing down very quickly. There we go. Come on down through 179. Looking for 179 minimum. There we go. Really? It gave me a 5. Look at this. What is this? 5 out of 25? That's the game it's going to play here. $178.50 will be the golden goose break. All right, there we go. Out. Can we get 178.50 break? Like I said, if that breaks, that'll be new lows. That should set off some stop losses. Again at 178.50. Can we get that break? And the number I'm watching is that right there. I want to see 178.50 disappear. The lower that number goes, the better. So that's what my eyes are locked on right now. There we go. That was fast through there. Good. Although thought it would move a bit quicker than what it did. Let's see if it wants to get down through 178. Knocking on the door. Apparently it's a pretty big door, which would be expected. Come on, 178. Okay, so 25 shares left now, and I'll just let this work for me here. Although sometimes there's 178 again. Can it break? Open that fast. Looking like, all right, well, I'm going to move on. So there we go. $127. Not too bad, especially when you consider it was such small share size. In hindsight, yeah, I definitely should have added more, but of course, that's just hindsight for you. So there we go. Opening trade, 127. Not too bad, like I said, especially when you factor in that it was on very much so reduced share size. But let's see what else I can find. And real quick, for those of you that are wondering, originally said GME 179 flush point. Then I did a GME update, 180 flush point, and then I updated it for the final time right there at 181, and that is exactly where you saw me get in at right there for my first entry point at 181. So members had the same exact opportunity that I did. It wasn't a matter of me first getting in and then alerting it. Nothing like that. People had, like I said, the same exact chance. So for any of you members that took that trade with me, congratulations. If anybody added, hopefully added more size than I did, then yeah, definitely congratulations to you. But let's see what else I can find out there. Have ordered in a buy at 294 here on BIIB. Still a ways away, but this one can move very quickly. Actually, I want to change this to 293. So just double checking. So 293. Again, that seems pretty far away. And maybe it is super far away, but this is also, like I said, very fast mover. So I don't think it's as far away as it may appear. But throw that order out there, represented there by that white, which means the order has been submitted to the market. But the reason why it's white is it has not been filled. If it's filled, then it will turn green. So I will go ahead and pause for now. Okay, it's at 300. I'm curious how fast it will move if that $300 mark is broken. Again, whether or not it's broken, I have no idea. Oh, big spike here. And look right where it bounced off of. 300, big old round number right there. All right, well, looking like a never mind right now, but I'll keep an eye on it. And GME here played that one very nicely in terms of getting out when I did, as it's now since turned around. Whether or not that's a true spike or a true move to the upside remains to be seen. 187. So yeah, I'm keeping my eye on this. Maybe another trade opportunity in it, but I want to be cautious too. But just a quick kind of FYI update on that one. Okay, watching 304 here to get short. On BIIB. Again, 304, 50 shares again in there at 304.90. So let's see if we can get the breakdown through 304. Again, does this thing want to come down through 304? That's the question. If not, then I'll be giving back, probably going to the red here, but not in a large amount. And also, it's not like I'm giving back $1,000 or something crazy like that. I mean, so if I do go back into the red, it's at a very modest amount here. So got the breakthrough 304, but need more, need it to come down more though for this trade plan to make sense before I can think about taking profit. But at least I got that initial break. But let's see if 303 wants to fall now next. It's a slower mover in the sense of there's not a whole lot of volume, but it's very fast in the sense of the price can all of a sudden pick up very, very quickly. Because yeah, not right now, not a whole lot of volume going on, but that can always change in a hurry. And of course, a big spread. So I will go ahead and pause for now. And if it's looking like 303 is going to come into play and potentially fail, then I will get the video rolling at that point. Okay, maybe 303 is going to come into play here. There's 303. Again, watching that number right there. That's the number I want to see disappear and get lower than 303. And nope, it once again held strong. See if it wants to give it another go. Again, sitting right around the 303 mark. All right, I will pause for now. I'm not going to sit here and make this kind of like watching paint dry almost. All right, it's actually bouncing up against me here a little bit. Not enough for me to cut the loss or anything like that. But if this does come back down to 303, I'm going to add to the position. So kind of almost a case of deja vu here. But I need to see 303 to add. So again, watching 303 closely. Need to see that on the bid. I will add to the position because that would then be a nice little setup here. But will 303 come into play again? I don't know. If it does, I'm going to add. So just a waiting game right now. Okay, getting somewhat close. Again, watching for 303 on the bid. Got in at 303, fantastic. Let's see if we can finally get some more downwards pressure here. Let's see a break of 302. Knocking on the door. Okay, pulled off. I'm going to pull off some more there. Just go with 25 shares. So this could still be a losing trade. That was the break I was looking for. I got the break, and now it's just stalling around here. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe this thing does still want to break down. That's why I still do have 25 shares. But like I said, I wanted to see the break and see the momentum pick up on that break, and it just hasn't quite happened. So I wanted to reduce my position size, not because it's not for a gains perspective. I mean, I made $34 by doing that. This is strictly just from a risk management perspective, because I want to make sure that if this thing is getting ready to bounce up against me, the losing trade will be very, very minimal at this point. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So that's why I'm hanging on to some shares here, just in case the 302 mark does want to break. But as of now, like I said, per what I was expecting, what I was wanting, not really wanting, because of course I want the price just go straight down, but what I was expecting is just not happening. I mean, for it to go green and then come back down and break, I just thought it would show a bit more strength than what it has. But back down to 302 again. Can it maybe break down this time? Let's see what it ultimately wants to do here. All right, I'm going to call that good. So it took a loss on those final shares right there. So $23 on that trade, just because, like I said, did not, that break right there was where my confidence was, hence why I added. And you can see now, came down and then didn't really do anything. Now, yeah, in hindsight, Clay, why don't you just get out at 302? Yeah, in hindsight, I should have gotten out at 302. But at that time, what happened if 302 would have broken and the price would have continued to collapse? Then, of course, you'd be saying, and I would be saying the same thing, well, geez, why did I get out then? Why didn't I let the position work for me? So good old hindsight, but struggling here. I shouldn't say that, because that first trade was a solid one. I got to remember that I have reduced position size just because got to factor in risk here. But so $150 up on the day. Let's see what else I can find. Okay, watching 441 for a short here. Would just be a scalp. One. I don't know now that I'm looking. I'm actually glancing over at the 5-minute chart. Not sure I like that setup as much as what I thought I originally did. Okay, so never mind on that one. Okay, watching 446 here for rejection off this trend line. Again, 446. Watching closely. And I'm going to go ahead and pause. Now I'm watching 447 and I missed it. Can I get some on the back test? There we go. In at 447. So this thing either wants to come back down. Now I'm not looking for this thing to crash or anything like that, but like I said, this thing is either going to get rejected by the trend line or it's not. And if it goes up over 48 or 448.25, I will be out. Let's see, that low right there is 4, yeah. So let's see if this thing, like I said, this trend line is either going to hold up here and push the price back down, or it's going to continue on up. And if it does that, then so be it. Again, 448.25, excuse me, is what I'm watching for. My stop loss. Need this thing to at least, at minimum, get down to 446. Preferably even a bit lower. But it's just a question of, is this trend line for real? Is it going to reject the price down or isn't it? So again, watching 446. Need to see the price down at that area. Or is this thing getting ready to head back up there? Not looking so good. And 448.25 is what I'm watching. It's knocking on that door. So out there for $61 loss. And nope, that trend line has now officially been broken. And again, I understand. And it could come back down, but this is all a game of hindsight. Because for all I know right now, this thing is about to continue to cruise back upwards. And you just can't sit there and play. So tried the trend line. It was holding up for a little bit. I got the move down in my favor, so I get it. In hindsight, Clay, you should have just taken out when you were in the green. I know, hindsight. But then ultimately, it's come back down. You got to think at some point this trend line is gonna. Do I try it again? Is the question. Do I try 447 again, or am I just a crazy person? This trend line here, you got to think at some point, especially right now, you got a rising wedge too. Or perhaps 446 is the true breakdown point here. Yeah, I think so. That would be a rising wedge break to the downside. 447. I'm going to hop in here. This just seems like it's got too much selling pressure right now and is going to want to come back down and break down through this rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern. So the break of that trend line is about 446.30-ish. So trying to play the bearish rising wedge. So got the break of 447, but again, 446.25-ish, let's call it, right around that area. Knocking on the door for, so it's right at that trend line right now, but can it push down through the trend line and get the breakdown? Okay, right there at 446.30-ish. Yep, and as I've just been talking about, that general area continues to hold strong, but let's see if the bears can finally get a push down through it. There we go. There we go. Let's get some more downwards momentum. So it took out 25 there. Let's see if we can get a breakdown through 445. Might need to give this thing a breath. Could still be a losing trade. But again, got to give this thing a chance to work. And would love to see it down below 445. I got the bearish breakdown. Now it's just a question of, does this bearish pattern want to get continuation? Well, all right, going to take that. So at least I reduced that loss down to the $14 mark, but starting to bounce back upwards. And again, just I got the breakdown, just didn't get any continuation from it. So it is what it is. So now back up to 137. Well, looking at the time on this one, 28 minutes. So this will probably be one that I just throw it on Saturday when people are maybe kind of lounging around, craving, going through a little withdrawal of the market. So I'll give you a little bit longer of a video there. But, you know, this is just how you have to deal with things when you're, I don't want to say you don't have any confidence, because that's not true, but I've been on a bit of a cold streak here, and, you know, I've had some losing days. And when you have losing days, you know, the best recipe is not to quit trading, but it's just to reduce position size and just kind of reassure yourself that you do still see the market properly. And in my defense, I am still seeing the market properly. I had, 3 wins, 1 loss, so 75% win rate. Now, am I walking away with a huge amount of money? I'm not, but that's not the point in terms of how to deal with, you know, cold streaks, how to deal with, you know, just periods of time where you just kind of like, hey, what's going on? I'm on a cold streak. I need things, you know, I want to keep trading, but I don't want to do anything dangerous. And once again, in hindsight, yeah, I did miss out on the opportunity to make a whole lot more money because I was right 75% of the time. And had I done my normal share size, then yes, I would be looking at a very, very attractive day here. But that's not the point, because again, that is all hindsight. The point right now for me, and if you're on a cold streak, if you're going through some, you know, where you're, like I said, it's not that you don't have any confidence, but you're just on a cold streak and you want to kind of fight away those voices, then, and maybe the solution is that you just stop trading. But for me, and what I would recommend is, you know, just you got to keep the confidence, get the confidence back, and you can do that by just reducing position size. And yeah, you're not gonna make a killing. But now, in all actuality, that's kind of sound like a greedy savage, because I'm still walking away with about 130 with commissions. Let's call it 130. I mean, still walking away with $130 in an hour. I don't know many places in the world that that pay you, or many side hustles that pay you $130 for 1 hour. But And look at this thing. See? So again, that's good for the confidence. I recognized it, recognized I got the break, and then just a complete fail. Now, it wasn't a fail breakdown of that rising wedge pattern, but it was a failure from the just no continuation. Just turned itself around right back. So, I mean, got to give credit where credit's due. mRNA, very impressive on the strength here. But wow, yeah. Beautiful breakdown. It was really looking like it wanted to break 445, and nope, absolutely not. Up it went. But anyways, so I'll go ahead and wrap things up. So, in terms of, how do you deal with cold streaks? Do this. Reduce position size. Take the wins, but had this been a train wreck of a day, I would not have been looking at a massive loss either. So had I been wrong 75% of the time, again, because of the reduced position size, it would still be a loss that, okay, yeah, it's a loss, but I can get that back without needing to trade like a superhero. So just like I said, keep that in mind as a little trick, if you will, a little tip to break out of cold streaks, to regain confidence, to build confidence, whatever your exact situation may be. But point here being for me, on a cold streak here, things haven't been exactly going how I've wanted them to. And if you've watched into the past recent videos, you've seen losing trades that I've made, and those are been part of the cold streak. And but got to get the confidence, got to ensure myself that I'm still seeing the markets. And after today, I definitely feel good about seeing the markets. And I got good setups, don't get me wrong, but not any sort of just kind of prime grade A quality setups that I would be looking for. So if you do enjoy these videos, and if you're still here right now, we are friends. This video is over 30 minutes long. So if you're still listening to my voice right now, seriously, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, we are friends, and I thank you for watching this long. But if you enjoy these live videos, if you enjoy me kind of just sharing the journey, sharing just the ups and downs of trading, and just the transparency point of things, because I get it. I'm sure trolls will show up and be like, why you only trading with 50 shares? Why you only trading with 25 shares? You only made 137. I saw such and such make way more than that. And I get it. That happens. But like I said, if you do appreciate just kind of showing how trading goes, some kind of tips and tricks to try to, from the psychology side of things, then hit that like button, leave a comment down below. And as long as I know that people continue to enjoy these live trade videos and the series that I have showing these live trades, then I will continue to make these videos. So everybody take care. Have a good one. And again, if you're on some sort of cold streak, consider continuing to trade, but just reduce that position size. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.